But what the fuck do I do now? Oh my god. I feel like I am in a novel. Hello? Welcome back everyone. You are watching the second and final instalment of the Austrian edition of Tenner in My Pocket. While relaxing, peaceful and undoubtedly stunning, my first day in Austria, aside from one heartwarming encounter, was lacking in meaningful connections with its local people, and as a result of that, and a less than ideal trip to the supermarket, food stocks are low. You rejoin me therefore on the shivering shores of Lake Monsy with a strong determination to ensure that day 2 is the day that something happens. And there was already something happening right here on the lake. Morning. Oh yeah, it's filling up. 6:30. God, people get up early in this country. Well, that wasn't the worst sleep, I've got to say. Bit of tossing and turning, but yeah, not too bad. I think what helped was kind of like springy nature of that. And here we are in the morning. Feels good. I mean, it helps when you've got a view like that. That is quite wet actually. That's just the dew. God, yeah, that is wet. But inside it's warm. I think in a minute I'll have a little wander into town, see if I can find a bakery. There might even be, you know, with this many people at an event, there might even be some free drinks, free food knocking around. I might have to pretend that I'm finishing the race to get a banana, even though I hate bananas. So I'm going to leave this here to dry and hope that no one robs it, because it cost me hundreds of pounds. Put that on it so it doesn't fly off into the lake. And yeah, I'm going to have a wander. Gonna miss the start of the race, but gotta start the day's proceedings. God, it's so quiet. It's cool having it to myself, but bakery, I don't know. Shit, I'm already hungry, man. There isn't even anyone to ask. It's like 28 days later, Austria version. But if people let you down, you can always depend on Mother Nature. Well, if I can't get bread, I might as well rob a pear. There we go. I don't really like pears, but since I've got no bread, that's really nice. Buzzing about that. And here comes the sun, hopefully working its magic on the sleeping bag. Thankfully that was still there, and as for the race, it was well and truly underway. Oh, they've started, look. There they go. It then dawned on me that those swimmers would be jumping on their bikes soon and potentially blocking my road out of here. First though, were there any morsels of food to be found in and among this wealthy, calorie-consuming crowd? You never know. But apart from some more water, for some reason warm this time, I spotted nothing that wouldn't have constituted stealing. Right, I'm off. Watch started. Let's go. Oh, fishies. Can I hunt you? No, nothing to cook you with. Didn't find any food, so that's gonna be probably the main issue today. Food. In terms of where I was heading this morning, it was up into this giant hilly forest, by far the biggest yet, and then back down into the countryside beyond in the direction of 2 more massive blue lakes. I had no idea where I'd end up finishing today, but I didn't exactly have the most assured start either. Right, I've tried to be clever with a shortcut and I realised I've messed it up. I've come the wrong way. But if I walk up that will put me back on track and avoid a huge convoluted walk around. So in plain view of this bloke, whoever he was, up I went, feet soaked by the morning dew and legs well and truly awoken too. There goes the lactic acid. What a view though. That mountain is mad.
Make some noise!
Woo! Yeah! Goodbye, Monsy. Oh wow, look at the swimmers. Thankfully, the field led nicely out onto the country lane with no fence or hedge, one of the perks of not being in Britain. But I decided to pass my first chance at a few calories by. Hello, Katzen. No, not the cat. Oh, hello, blackberries. Can we add to the pear breakfast? No, too soft, yeah. The €8 in my pocket were a big comfort. After all, I could always get myself a sandwich from a cafe if I got desperate, but if I could hold out until tomorrow, the shops would be open once more. So today was a good opportunity to forage as much food as possible, interact with the locals, and hopefully bridge that gap until Monday. I was in the mood for it, but was Mother Nature? Yeah, these are good. Yeah. Thank you, Mother Nature. Haven't needed to eat the cereal bar yet, thanks to this fruit I've been finding. Emboldened by these sweeties, I took another cheeky little shortcut. That's a bit naughty. Hopefully no one there. Oh, there is. Morgan.
Morgen.
But it would soon be time to leave the perks of civilization behind me once more. So I looked as exhausted as I reasonably could as I passed this villager, Morgan, and this farmer. Greeted one last bloke in his garden, Servus, and just shy of the forest, finally gave in to breakfast. I was just going to have the cereal bar, but a little bit of this won't hurt, will it? How the f do I open it though? There we go. Little hole. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like weird shit anyway, so, but I'm also very depleted. Bit worried that's gonna all squeeze out in the bag, I won't lie. But I'm not sure what I can do about that. As I savoured my one and only and annoyingly nut-heavy cereal bar and prepared myself to hit the dusty trail, I couldn't help but notice that the man I'd just greeted in his garden had moved further over towards where I was sitting. This was my chance to make something happen, even if it did mean bending my unwritten rules slightly. Entschuldigung, sprechen Sie English?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I'm doing a big walk across Austria.
Yeah.
With only €10 in my pocket and a Schlafsack. Could I try a plum?
Plum from this tree?
If it's okay?
You can take it, no problem.
Thank you, thank you. It's going to get me up the hill.
From where do you, and how long you do this?
How far the €10 goes? Yeah. So yesterday I slept by the lake. But yeah, I'll just take.
Do you need something other?
No, I'll just have one plum.
Or a beer for the trip?
A beer, oh.
I give you one for you. Okay?
Oh, thanks man.
Not now, for later.
For later.
It's breakfast time.
Yeah, bit early, yeah. Gotta pick the good ones now, Tom. Don't panic. He's telling his wife. How many do I take? Maybe 4. 4's fine. But 4 plums was not all I'd be walking away with. Oh god. That's perfect.
Menu.
That is perfect.
For energy.
That is so good. Thanks man, I really appreciate that.
Marcus, hello.
Wait there. Marcus, I'm Tom.
Tom, okay.
Tom, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Ich habe keine gutes Deutsch.
That's no problem.
Okay.
Wir haben kein gutes Englisch.
Yeah.
Do you want the paprika?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why not?
Do you want it?
I mean, I need all the food I can get.
Okay,
So.
then you get a
Oh,
paprika,
thank
a
you.
fresh
Thank you.
paprika.
Vielen Dank.
You need
This
it.
is so good. Yeah, I need it. I'm going up the mountain
Yeah.
and maybe 20 miles today.
Yeah.
30 kilometers. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Then
thank
you need
so
a
much.
paprika.
I need it, yeah, and definitely the beer.
Yeah.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Yes,
Have a
that's
great day.
okay.
Ciao.
Have a good journey.
Dankeschön. Oh my god. Ah, yes. It's happening, guys. It's happening. A paprika. Is that what paprika comes from? I've got, look at this, man. Dankeschön. I've got a Red Bull, a beer, a cold beer. He says don't have it now because it's breakfast, but frankly, I feel like celebrating. Oh my god, someone's already come before me, I think. So bloody good. I'm having to carry all my groceries in the bag now because I'm just worried that the beer and the Red Bull are just going to squeeze all of that pate out. You'll see me licking the inside of this Tesco bag at about 6 PM tonight. We're into the woods now though, guys, for quite a while. Probably the longest stint so far. A forest can either be an intimidating place or a truly magical one, depending on how you look at it. Today, after that lovely encounter and having endured a rough night's sleep, it was definitely the latter. Like so many times before, the lows had paved the way for a high, one that seemed to wash away any worry, care or doubt that had occupied my mind, leaving space for nothing but admiration and appreciation of the trees, the nature that darted between them, and perhaps above all, the peace and quiet. God, it's so peaceful up here. Ground you. I'm going to sit on this stump and drink my Red Bull. Oh yeah. This is going to feel amazing. Yep. Don't usually drink this sort of stuff, but I do today. Fucking buzzing off this, to be fair. Although not as much as Lilo's thimble of elderflower cordial. Probably about 2/3 way through this amazing forest. It's been really lovely. Mixture of deciduous and pine. But yeah, we're going to start descending now. And we're heading down towards the village of Oberwang and beyond. Feeling good today. I've got a good feeling. Can't wait to see what else it's got in store. And on this random field 1,000 meters above sea level, the inevitable happened. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Sorry, it had to be done. And I'll sing once more. Fwa, 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 fwa. Honestly, that's one of the most insane views I've ever seen, or at least unexpected view. Just random, incredible view. I think it's the caffeine. I think I'm just off my nut. Who the f lives there, man? That is unbelievable. And whilst trying to figure out where on earth the path up to it was, I lost mine completely. Where is this confounded path? And this time it disappeared for quite some time. How did they get their shopping up? After 20 minutes of tick central, I did emerge onto gravel again, but had to improvise onto another small but lovely little trail. And thankfully this did lead me down into the soothing setting of the farmland and my route, prompting more giddy ramblings. I just wish we lived in the olden days though, sometimes. I approached a household at the foot of the hill, and they took me in for a bowl of stew, for I was a weary traveller in need of sustenance. Mind you, I wouldn't be able to film it then, would I? I'd have to write about it. Not quite the same. And so I hied me forth along the path, through a hushed and lowly village garnished with fleurs and sundry engines of workmanship. And anon I did stumble upon a wondrous sight, horsemen upon their coursers, noble guardians of a fabled road that stretched out seemingly without an end. Really enjoyed that wild forest section. But yeah, it's going to be a big string of villages now, not even towns, just villages. And yeah, hopefully some more friendly people, maybe a few fruit trees. but I'm just enjoying it. I'm just relaxing. In großen Schwand. Look at these gardens, man. Do you know, I reckon we might be coming into more sort of real Austria here. Less touristy, less wealthy. Normal Austrians. Still just as beautiful, but I get the feeling, yeah, I might be more sort of welcomed in, and we've got more pears. Do I nick one? I think I do. Would that be cheeky? Okay, I need it. Don't think anyone saw. Add that to the collection. Servus. Hallo, wie geht's? Huh. Rude. These f***ing blackberries, man. They are beefy ones. I won't take any more than that one. Oh my god. It tastes like mulberry. Another nice thing about Austria, no fences. Not that I'm, you know, in a position where it's benefiting me, but you know, you could just wander onto that field if you wanted, because there's a level of trust, and like, you know, not many angry dogs either guarding these places, because I guess again, no need. And precisely 10 miles and 4 hours in, a useful map. We're there. So I'm guessing we'll be going through St. Georgian and over to this lake. I don't know how long I'm on this main road for, but thinking about it, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to reach a petrol station, would it? Because they've got to be open and they might have a chunk of bread. There was no petrol station in my next village of Strass im Attergau, but there was a nice little park with a pristine football pitch and play area, which, despite being under the dominion of 2 young girls, I figured would make a good enough place to finally dry out the sleeping bag and enjoy a spot of lunch. Beer time? No, not yet. Some of this. So sweet. You can only work with what you've been given. It's bloody nice. Pate on a fresh homegrown pepper. I don't know if it was homegrown, but I'm going to imagine it was. To be fair, I may not have carbs, but as long as I've got protein and sugar and fat, that's pretty good, isn't it? Fat, protein and various fruit should keep me going for a bit. Feet were starting to feel it at this point, but you can't dangle a freshly mown pitch and a freshly pumped caser in front of me and expect me not to have a shot. Can we right the wrongs of Norway? That'll do. Net ripple urges sufficiently satisfied, I marched on towards my next target, the town of St. Georgian. The path paved with yet more pear trees, but sadly not quite up to the standard as the one I had earlier. Oh my god. Oh my god. At first I thought it was sweet. That is the bitterest thing I've ever had. Oh dear. To be fair though, there's so many fruit trees around these parts, probably because it is less touristy and more kind of lived in, that I can just stock up whenever really. Speaking of which, maybe I should grab a chunk of corn, because they look really ready. Don't know how I would eat it, but I'll take it just in case. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to cook it on a fire or something. Unlikely. If nothing else though, this cornfield took care of another of my needs. Tell you what these are good for as well. A couple of layers in. No one can see you tinky winky.
And with a hopefully creepy-crawly-free urethral opening, it was back into initiation mode as we approached our next town.
Let's check it out. It's going to be very Austrian. I'm calling it now. Yep, already is. Wow, they really do go all out with these birthdays. The stork, they love the stork. See if this one's edible.
Unlike my apple stocks, however, my water was now completely depleted. If nothing else in this town, I needed to find a fountain.
Yeah, see, are these drinkable? I don't know. I don't think so, because why would it just be constantly flowing and going to waste? We need one with a tap.
And failing that, which I had, it was time for some more conversation.
Entschuldigung, sprechen Sie English? A bit. I'm just looking for a water fountain. Is there one in this town?
There is a fountain here, but no, I guess it's not drinking water.
Ah, really?
Probably toilet somewhere around this
Yeah, that would work.
But then he had a better idea.
If you want, I can let you in my chin here.
You sure?
There, yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I can't remember this guy's name, unfortunately, but he was really sound. He took a real interest in my adventure and was just really chilled, not to mention kind.
Thank you very much.
He didn't need to take the risk of allowing a random stranger into his gym, but here I was.
So a member, and I was training, and now I had something to eat.
Thanks very much.
So yeah, you're free to go out whenever you want.
I'll go straight out.
Yeah.
I won't use your equipment. Thanks.
Perfect. Have a pleasant training.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. I'm in the gym, which I'm not a member of, but there's a cold tap. It's down the road. I mean, a shower wouldn't hurt, but I won't take the piss. Result. Quiet. It's nice, wasn't it? Nice bloke. I'm enjoying today. It's just, now that we're getting into the afternoon, I can't help but wonder if I'm going to find myself a good place to sleep tonight. A better one than last night. Unlikely, I think. Luckily, it's not raining again tonight, so it doesn't matter too much, but I really would like to find, you know, not a park bench.
Another thing I was quite keen to find was some bread. There was a cafe, but they didn't sell bread, just cakes and other luxurious looking pastries. Far too tempting for me to want to get any closer to. Thankfully though, there were other distractions.
Wow, that's a great church. Oh my God, listen to that silence. Did everyone look like that 500 years ago? I'd love to see what they actually look like. Beautiful, beautiful church. Thank God for churches.
Sufficiently humbled, I headed north out of the town with a full water bottle, but by no means a full bag of food.
Ooh, free apples. Ah, goodbye St Georgian. Next place, no idea. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that tiredness now. That sleepiness of just not having a good night's sleep. Walking all day for 2 days straight and probably not eating or drinking enough. I'm alright, but I'm starting to, you know, I could nap right now easily.
Another crisp green apple on some scrubland perked me up a bit.
Hello, Servus.
But in the village of Alkersdorf, that small boost was evened out by my next realisation.
I've just realised you're supposed to keep this refrigerated once you've opened it, but it's been open all day today. That could make me ill, basically, if I eat it all, and this is, as it stands, my dinner. This and a warm beer. Off pate and a load of apples. What could go wrong?
And the apples kept coming too.
There's no farms around here, so I'm going to take a juicy one. These are the real deal. I'll take 2. Fully stocked up now on apples. Oh, here it comes. Oh, there it is. Wow. That's beautiful. The more I think about it, I think I need to eat this pate like quite soon, which will leave me with no dinner. Just a dinner of apples. So it's how do I spend the remaining €8? Do I do a planned pub? Seems pie in the sky. Or do I order a bit of proper food? Either way, the money will be pretty much gone then. I think another night might be difficult. I really feel like now quite strongly that I want to go out with a bang. If this is to be my last night, I want something special to happen tonight.
So, despite the realisation that we might be entering quite a touristy area again, I got to work on schmoozing some of its residents, temporary or not.
Schön Pferd. Any supermarkt in...
Here?
Ja.
No.
No. Ich laufe durch Österreich
Yeah.
mit nur 10 € und Schlafsack. Ja.
Okay.
So nicht so einfach.
Ja, das
Ja.
glaube ich. The next supermarket is in Attersee.
Attersee.
Place Attersee, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was lovely, and I was a big fan of her directions,
And straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on.
Okay.
but the outcome was as expected.
Heute?
Heute nicht mehr.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Ab 7 Uhr.
Yeah. Wish me luck. Ciao. Danke, danke. Okay. That's the kind of thing I need to do though. That's my little ace up the sleeve. Ask about shops. And yeah, someone might say, you can sleep in my camper van. Or just have a piece of bread would be absolutely great.
I tried an old deer watering her flowers, but she was a bit hard of hearing, which made things even more tricky. So I wrapped that conversation up.
Ooh. Keep thinking I could sleep in one of them, but in reality, no.
But before I could do any more pestering, it was time to get another undesirable task out the way.
Right, I'm gonna eat the rest of this pate, which could go either way. I mean, it could still make me ill, but better to eat it now than in 3 hours' time. So here we go. Let's rip that top off as a symbol of my intent. Ow!
With each bite, it felt more and more like I'd lost a bet.
Oh.
But I needed the calories, and boy did I feel Austrian.
Servus, Christi. Okay, that's the last bit. I'm just gonna have one big more mouthful and bin it. Me no feel too good.
Further on, I found another tap with which I could wash down my ground pig's foreskin.
Very useful. I was getting a bit dehydrated.
And in the forest beyond, a tempting abode for the night.
Oh, little fire going. Oh, it's a great little camp spot. Any room in there? It's not bad, is it?
After a brief scare with an army of furry, tick-resembling seeds, I struck up one more conversation.
Sind alles Supermärkte geschlossen heute?
Sonntag, ja.
Sonntag.
Ja.
So
Bis
bis
Samstag
morgen.
Mittag.
Maybe tomorrow. Bis morgen.
Bis morgen.
Yeah, yeah.
Alles Liebe.
Danke, danke. Ciao.
But the result was much the same. Helpful confirmation, but no extended offers. And fair enough too. And with that, the many rooftops of Kammer, the first of the two aforementioned lakeside towns, appeared, and among them, one fabulously flat one.
Okay. Let's see. Because they're notoriously not cheap. Oh, don't tell me. Hello. 79 cents. Got it. Kann ich ein Kaisersemmel einstellen?
Ist das alles?
Alles, ja.
Aber 79 Cent? Bitte.
Dankeschön. Tschüss. That was steep, but it had to be done. With no shops open, it had to be done.
it's some normal food, isn't it? So yeah, that makes me feel a bit better about tonight. But can we pull something special out the bag? And would this be the place to do it? This could be a really nice place, you know. Oh yeah, slide. What a view to go down the slide with. Diving boards as well. Oh my god. Shall I sleep at the top of the diving board? Wow, yeah. That is so clear. Wow, look at that fish. We were looking at a similar type place to Monsy. Sheltered playing areas, a touristy lakeside restaurant which seemed like a decent but by no means perfect choice for planned pub, and plenty of bench-littered shoreside parkland. Is it gonna be another one of these benches? Oh, I don't want it to be. These look sleepable, don't they? And that. Gustav Klimt. I've heard of this guy. Who's Gustav Klimt? Artist? There was no doubting the allure of this place, but could it be that its appeal was clouding my judgment? There was still time today after all, and for the first time on this adventure, I really didn't know what to do. It's decision time, definitely. Do I stay here? Another lovely place similar to last night, but it does have that touristy vibes. You know, I can ask people, are the supermarkets shut, all I want, but where's it going to lead? Realistically, they're not going to invite me back to their hotel or holiday home, are they? But similarly, if I set off into the countryside, which, you know, I like the idea of, there's a lot of risk and adventure to that. Is someone really going to invite me into their home? You know, where am I going to sleep? And the answer to that would be in a barn, I mean, or on a bench in a forest, which I'd much rather, if I'm going to sleep on a bench, sleep here by the lovely lake. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to stay here and try and chat to people if they look like they might be friendly or like-minded, and what will be will be. First though, I continued my search for a great sleeping spot, scoping out a very private looking lakeside palace. No trespassing. Fair enough. And an equally naughty but very tempting boat option. But it was here, by this tiny little beach, with my very first attempt at a conversation, that I happened upon a man, and I believe the only man in this entire town, who could, within minutes, take this adventure in a completely different direction. Entschuldigung, sprechen Sie English?
Yes, I speak English.
Okay.
Where can you come from? I come from here.
England.
From England.
Yeah.
I like England. We are welcome here.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm from Birmingham. It's
Birmingham.
Nicht so schön.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it very much. Yeah.
10 Euro.
10 Euro. Ja, 10 Euro.
Ja, und einen Schlafsack.
That's good. Yeah.
Das ist alles, you know.
And not too heavy.
No, very light.
Not heavy.
Very
Yeah,
light.
it's very important. Not heavy.
Not heavy, but it's challenging. This cheery old fellow seemed more than happy to chat to me, partly because he had a great interest in the English language and culture, namely 1960s bands like the Beatles and the Stones. We have the good bands.
Very good man. Very good man.
But then he completely caught me off guard. I have a spare room you can sleep in, he said casually. My initial reaction was one of uncertainty and even reluctance, such was the speed of the offer. But then I pictured myself on a park bench again, having passed up an opportunity that I'd literally spent the last 2 days trying to find. I wouldn't want to impose, you know.
No, I'm alone in the first floor of an old house and have 2 rooms for guests.
Really?
And one room is better than the other. Yeah?
Ah.
And 2 French persons, a little younger than you, slept with me in this room.
Really?
1 year ago, yes, from France. I'm single, and my brother sleeps in the house in the
Basement?
Basement. Yes.
I
My
mean,
name is Henry.
I'm Tom.
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 You
Tom.
are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome because I want to practice English.
Okay. For me, this is an adventure. I like to meet people.
Yeah.
So.
And, but you are not a thief or.
No, I'm a good
criminal,
person.
No.
I'm a good person.
Yes, it's 10 kilometers. I have a car here, but I
Yeah.
want to wash my feet.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, I don't quite believe it. Let's see what happens. I wasn't the only one taking a risk in this arrangement though, so just to make Henry, or Hens as he liked to be called, feel more at ease, I showed him my YouTube channel,
GeoVisit.
and just reiterated my genuine reluctance to intrude. You don't mind me coming and...
No, I'm happy to practice English.
Okay.
It would be better to if I could speak French, but I must.
I
brush
can't
up
help
my
you there.
English,
So, content enough that this was just a mutually beneficial arrangement, we left the lake and headed towards Hens's car.
broken.
Kaputt.
Kaputt.
And it seemed it wasn't just music taste that we had in common.
I'm thirsty now, but at home I want to drink a beer.
Sure, no problem. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
It's to eat.
I just have apples.
Apples.
A beer. I have a beer.
A beer? Thank
Hens.
you too. To practice English, you're my teacher. That's expensive to have a teacher. Thank you.
I'm not a very good one.
Very good. No. Very good.
So, here I am, travelling back with Henry. The adventure takes a turn. Oh, the castle. That's beautiful. That's lovely brick.
An old castle.
Old brick, yeah, I love it. Here we are, guys. Hens' home. If I never come back, this is where I am.
An adventure, no?
Yeah, it's an adventure.
I like to sit
Yeah, in the evening.
in the evening, yes, and drink my beer.
Sounds peaceful.
And have the cats. I must to feed my cats. And this is the day of foundation of this house.
Oh, 1855.
1855, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's old.
That's old, yeah.
And then it was time to meet Hens' brother.
I'll show you the room.
Hallo.
Einen Herrn aus Birmingham, ne?
Ja, Birmingham,
Birmingham,
England.
Mr. Tom.
Tom.
Wird vielleicht mit mir übernachten. Okay, ja. Kannst du auch Englisch ein bisschen üben? Ja. Also, it's got a bit tricky.
Okay.
A little bit twist trick. I'm on the first floor.
Okay.
So this is the room.
Yeah.
It's not so nice, but
It's nice.
this is new. This is new.
Yeah,
This is
nice.
new too. It's a room for 2 persons.
Sure.
But, small.
It's fine for me. It's
Yeah.
fine for me. Here I am in Hens' house. It's quirky. It's quirky. It's Austrian. I do pick 'em, but it's home for the night. I helped Hens with the bed sheets, met the cat, but needed a little something to help me fully relax. Time for a beer?
Yeah, so do you want a beer? You?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Warum nicht?
Why not?
Hallo Katzen. Oh, 3. 3 Katzen. Wunderbar. Yeah. Here we are. We're going to have a beer outside in his garden. This is kind of what I've wanted to do all day, really. Chill in one of these spacious gardens, isn't it? This is a beautiful house. Look at that. Hello. What's your name? They look hungry.
I feed them mice. Huh?
Oh, mice.
Mice.
Do they hunt?
They hunt mice. Yeah.
There we go. Good cats. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Post. Thank you for taking me.
Thank you for teaching me English.
My pleasure. I chatted with Hens about a number of topics, fulfilling my English teaching duties as we went. I was very impressed by his English actually, but he did struggle to stay focused at times. This didn't stop him from offering me a coat and some chicken, which I politely declined, choosing instead to dine on my 79-cent bread and one of my many apples for dinner. And over to our left, seemingly out of nowhere, the most wonderful sunset. The sky is beautiful. What a schöner Abend. Schöner Abend.
Sprechen sehr schön. You are speaking very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I don't know about that.
Speaking beautifully.
Beautifully. Yeah. Then one of Hens's cats took it upon himself to find himself a second course. Apparently she's caught a mouse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello, have you caught a mouse? She's just caught a mouse. I just heard it. That's hilarious.
She's busy. Mouse hunting, yeah?
Mouse hunter.
Did you see the mouse?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, it's alive. It's still alive. As the darkness descended, the radio switching suddenly from a random assortment of British and American hits to traditional and classical Austrian music with no change of channel, the conversation also got deeper. Hens telling me how he does get lonely and sad sometimes, but that by laughing at the world, he is able to fight away his demons. He also mentioned that his brother, who he seemed somewhat disappointed with for not surfacing, did tend to keep himself to himself. This unsettled me slightly, but nonetheless, the sentiment remained the same. But I'm very grateful to be here.
But you must say what you want, and the problem, we can solve the problem. Huh?
Well, thank you for the
Oh,
beer.
thank you.
Thank you for the beer.
Toilet, you know,
Yeah.
and tomorrow, 8 o'clock breakfast.
8 o'clock breakfast, no
And
problem.
what to drink? No coffee, no tea?
No, water's fine.
Water,
Yeah,
okay.
water's fine, yeah.
Okay. Good night. Yeah.
Good night, yeah, gute Nacht.
Good night. Yeah, good night.
Here I am in the most random place, really. This is true Austria. Talk about trying to find the true Austria, you know, when I've been walking past all these houses. Are they touristy? Are they not? Well, this is, you couldn't get more authentic. It's a bit cobwebby, it's a bit shabby, but it's charming. Its owners, eccentric, but lovely. Hopefully not murderers. I've checked out my escape route. This is just precaution, obviously. You know, out there it would be. Oh boy. It is a bit creepy, I won't lie. It's a creepy house. It's an old house, 1855. You know, I feel like I am in a novel. It's kind of like what I said earlier, I joked about it. Living in times gone old where you're taken in. So yeah, I'm thrilled. Not because I'm comfortable, but because I've forged myself a story, an adventure. See you in the morning. But before the morning came, two things happened. You thought this was another plug, didn't you? Well, it's not. Although now you mention it, my album is back in stock on green vinyl, and the brand new London No Roads Mission poster is available on the website, and there are some great adventures coming up on Patreon. But anyway, later that night, whilst on the phone to Verity, I realised that I'd made a calamitous error. I'd booked my return flight for Monday, which was tomorrow, instead of Tuesday, for some reason thinking that that would give me 4 days, when in actual fact it was effectively 3. The second thing that happened was that I had a terrifying night terror just as I was trying to get to sleep, which I'll talk about later. And after that, I heard a few weird noises in the house, doors opening and closing, footsteps, and while it was obviously just someone going to the toilet, I just couldn't settle and had a bit of a shit night's sleep. Now, rightly or wrongly, as soon as the sun came up at about 6:30, I decided to leave. Now, that wasn't because I felt unsafe or anything, but it did relate to that first issue. Initially, I thought I'd take the hit, book another flight for the day after, and have another day and a half of adventuring. But then I had another mad idea. There was a service station about 10 miles east of where I was on the motorway that led straight back to Salzburg. Why not continue the adventure east for another 10 miles, by which point I'd imagine the food situation would be pretty bad anyway, and attempt to hitchhike back to Salzburg. And that was it. All I needed to do was explain the situation to Hens, who I'd arranged to have breakfast with at 8, but he was still fast asleep.
Hens? Hello, Hens? I have to go. Hello?
So, and very reluctantly might I add, I wrote him a heartfelt letter explaining my departure.
Okay, I tried.
But I wasn't sure if I'd actually be able to leave.
Alright, now let's see if we can actually open the door.
And with the TV on downstairs, Hen's mysterious brother was clearly awake and might find it suspicious if he noticed me sneaking out.
There we go. I've left. Don't know if his brother heard me or saw me then. But no, that's it. I have left. Which way am I going? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go up here and check. Probably should have checked the map.
And I was right about that.
Okay, I actually need to go back past their house. Oh shit, there's the brother. Fuck it, I'm going this way. Oh, I'm running. Why am I running? Oh my god. That was either the brother or Hens. I just didn't want to confuse them or have to explain. So I'm going this way.
I was completely improvising now, relying on a trail app to guide me eastward, and another big forest in which to escape the jarring racket of the main road was a no-brainer.
Right, off we go. Day 3 into a big forest. It's not how I wanted to end it, with Hens, hospitable Hens. It was a lovely experience and I would have liked to have said goodbye, but we can email. And I needed to get going. I can still make the flight that I booked for today, but I needed to set off early, which I have done. And what's great is we've got that added twist, the added jeopardy of the hitchhike. Firstly, getting to that service station in decent time, and then can I get a lift 50 miles back to Salzburg? I might be standing there for 2 hours, in which case I would definitely miss the flight and have to buy a new one tomorrow. So we've got to get our best hitchhiking hat on.
But what about that night terror?
By the way, last night when I was kind of trying to get to sleep, just as I'd drifted off, I had this vivid dream that a spider was running towards me on the bed, and it was a big giant house spider, and I just shot up out of the bed. I was convinced it was real for some time afterwards. Probably made a huge bang on the floor, ran over, put the light on, and then for a while kind of was searching for the spider, and then eventually realised it must have been a dream because the light was off. I wouldn't have seen anything, but it really rattled me. I couldn't get to sleep for quite a while after that, and then in the night I kept hearing doors opening in the house, doors creaking and shutting, and you know, your mind just naturally goes to, oh god, his freakishly strong serial killer brother is going to come up and murder me, because my door wouldn't lock. There was a key but it wouldn't lock. But anyway, this is all just stupid talk. Almost out the woods.
As you can see, the weather was very different today, but it actually made quite a nice change, especially for my sunburnt neck. The oldest graffiti in Austria led me down into the town of Attnang-Puchheim, where I plucked myself the best apple of the trip.
I have got 3 in the bag, but one straight off the tree. Can't be beaten, really.
But all the apples in Austria could only do so much to ease what was now a deep-set hunger, having skipped breakfast as well as a proper dinner last night. The good news, of course, was that the shops were open today, and I intended to splurge my remaining €7 on the heartiest of breakfasts the moment I were to come across one. But if I was serious about making this hitchhike plan work, shop hunting had to wait. I needed to make as much ground as possible.
Yeah. Wow. It's full on castle. This is very historic.
The grounds of this majestic castle led me down to a fishing lake, and it was clear that I was now venturing through the much flatter lands that spread northward from the Alps towards the Danube.
And as we head over this bridge, over this lovely river, we are entering the village of Wankum. Wankum. Let's see if it lives up to its name. That's quite nice. Okay, leaving Wankum and entering
Sicking. Lovely. I'd probably have been leaving Henses around now had I have stayed for breakfast, and although I'd made good ground, my stomach was really starting to object to whatever was going on outside.
Well, it looks as though I'm just heading into the middle of nowhere now.
Up ahead though, another farmer's trust box. Surely I wouldn't be so lucky as to stumble across another shelf of cheese.
No, eggs. The eggs are $3.50. Can't cook them. In fact, I think that's quite a good place to leave someone a beer. Beer is now on the menu. You never know, they might earn an extra bob or two from that. I can also ditch the corn. Right, now I can film a bit easier. The mad thing is I didn't need to be carrying that the whole time because I didn't drink the beer. Amazing gesture as it was.
By now, the sound of a cockerel crowing was enough to make me salivate. Never mind these discarded fast food wrappers.
I'll take it right now. I will absolutely take it.
And to compound my discomfort, the sun then popped out and wreaked havoc on my frazzled neck. But just over the River Traun, near Laakirken, a glorious and weirdly familiar sight.
There it is. I don't think I've been this hungry in a long time. This is hungrier than either of the other two tenner in my pockets. Oh yeah. What do we got? Firstly, how much money do I have? Apparently €7 too. Zwei Steinoffensemmel. Extra Wurst. Danke. Das ist alles.
Okay. €3,98.
Dankeschön.
Schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.
This is going to be absolutely incredible. Food, glorious food. Be good if the bread wasn't soggy. That's the last bite of my second sandwich, by the way. I could eat 3 more, but it doesn't matter. That's filled a hole. And now we march on to the service station. I think it's about 3 miles. So it's drawing to a close in terms of the hike, but man, is there a lot to do beyond that.
And the more I thought about it, even though I'd absolutely stormed over here, the less confident I felt about this harebrained plan.
I've just done a bit of calculating, working back from my flight, and this is really tight. I really don't have much time. It takes 50 minutes to drive to Salzburg, and that's presuming they drop me right at the hostel so I can get my bag. Then I've got to get a taxi to the airport, which takes about 15 minutes. And let's say I get there half an hour before the flight departs, which is really pushing it. That gives me about an hour really to get a lift, because I've got to make a sign as well. Don't have a pen. So yeah, it's gonna be tight. It's 50-50. Probably less, to be honest, in my mind. And all of that is to say, I'm gonna run. May as well. Shit. Here we are, Lindach, and there it is. You can see the fuel. BP this time. Where were you pumpkins earlier? Well, if I didn't stink before, I do now. Yeah, that was tough after all that walking.
It was then under the motorway for the first of 3 sub-tasks. Find a way into the service station. Something that's not always straightforward, but this time I was in luck.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll do nicely, thank you.
And then came the second task.
Cardboard.
And this one would not go so well.
Oh, shit. It's not round here, I need to ask. Hello, Karte für Autostopp. Autostopp.
Kann sie Autostoppen. Stoppen, Autostoppen, so.
Ja.
Und
Ich gehe
Karte.
Salzburg.
Ja, aber sie können, gibt keine Karte. Das ist verboten, Autostopp.
Ah, okay.
Wie kann man Karte haben?
Okay.
Wenn Polizei sehe, dann kommen.
Okay. I will try. Danke. Oh dear. Right. That was not received well. That's weird. That's the first time that's happened. And now my odds of getting a lift and catching this flight have plummeted. I'm going to have to use my thumb. And on top of that, apparently I'm going in handcuffs. She literally did the symbol. So yeah, not looking good, but you never know. That might be a load of bollocks and someone might pick me up. Right, the walk has ended. 17.3 kilometers today. Not bad. And wish me luck.
I was gonna need it. The main part of the services had closed down a couple of years back, and as a result I reckon less cars and therefore potential lifts were passing through.
Hi, you go to Salzburg? Yeah. Oh, okay. First 5 minutes I've had a few cars, a few waves, so you never know.
19 minutes later a load more vehicles had passed me by, but then what appeared to be a stunning against all odds victory was actually a disaster in disguise.
Hallo.
Ist verboten, was sie machen, ne?
Ah, the Autostop. Ah,
Not on the highway.
really? Wirklich? Ah, okay.
Okay.
So, I go. You're going to Salzburg? Okay. Shit. That's that then. So the woman was right. Why have I never encountered that before, ever? I reckon she phoned them, you know. Fucking bitch. Well, what the fuck do I do now? Oh my god. I've been kicked off. Oh, shoot. I'm pretty flabbergasted about that. I mean, I've hitchhiked over 100 times and that's never happened to me. Maybe they've clamped down on it, I don't know. It's pretty devastating though. I might ask a couple of people. Last resort.
At this point I was really desperate and willing to try anything. The cost of another flight looked to be over £600, so if I could pay someone $200 for a lift, that'd be a big win.
Are you going to Salzburg?
Yes.
I need to get a flight in Salzburg. Is there any way you can take me and I give you money?
Okay. Our car is full.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
You are not going.
You're not going that way. Okay. Sorry to bother you. I'm trying to get to Salzburg.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you're going that way?
We don't have enough space for it.
That's okay.
We have like a full car.
That's fine, that's fine. I just thought I'd try.
Yeah, but I think you'll find someone going that direction.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I didn't. So, after sarcastically thanking the miserable hag behind the counter, I made up my mind.
I think I've got to abandon ship, man. Uber's not working. Taxi's a no-go. Me. I've tried my best, but it's a fail. They do happen on this channel. I took a risk and it didn't pay off. I've moved, all right. Yeah, it would have been nice to end in that way, wouldn't it? But it wasn't to be. Wrong place, wrong time. Wrong idea, really. Wrong decisions, but the adventure isn't quite over.
In fact, a quick Google of some local trains revealed that it was still mathematically possible to arrive at the airport just as the plane was leaving, but that involved somehow blagging a lift all the way back to Attnang-Puchheim and jumping on this train to Salzburg. None of these drivers would have been heading anywhere near there in all likelihood. But what a story it would make if someone did decide to help. I don't know how I managed to convince my aching feet to run at this point, but I figured I might as well, just in case the flight was delayed.
Okay, now I stink.
But while passing through Laarkirchen bus
Where's this one
station
going?
again, I discovered that there was in fact a bus to Attnang, despite having checked that 2 hours earlier.
No. I should have been looking up here. So annoying. I cannot believe I've just put myself through that. I could have literally got the bus to Atnang Putchheim way back when I was here and got the train. What a ridiculous little man I am.
So €3.04 was what remained in my pocket when all was said and done. And overall, if I ignored the ending, I was pretty happy with the shape of this adventure. Maybe I didn't pick the best region to do it in, but I'd seen some wonderful sights, and thanks to the likes of hens, Marcus, Liselotte, and this tube of swine intestines, digested a true enough slice of Austria. Adventure for me is not knowing what's going to happen and where you're going to end up, and as long as that's not dead in a ditch, you've always got a story to tell. What's more, if you've endured some good old hardship and discomfort, just like our ancestors did before us, the perks of modern day life that we so easily take for granted feel once again like luxuries. As for the flight, unfortunately it wasn't delayed and stopped boarding just as I rolled into Salzburg, but the next one was later that evening, meaning I could sip my Aperol Spritz in sunny Salzburg knowing that I'd be back home with the family in a few hours' time, albeit £600 down. Do not fear though, despite the calamities, I am certainly not done with this mode of adventure. I've got lots more places I want to explore, and I'm more determined than ever now to give you an adventure to top anything I've done before. And don't forget, it's straight line mission season soon.